Hi, I'm Jamal Andrews.
And I'm Candace Avilés. Our top 3 caught on camera picks this week all center around priceless reactions.
Whether it's a little luck, attitude, or flat out shock, get ready.
Our number 3 choice goes to a Wheel of Fortune contestant who, as Deadspin points out, defied all odds.
The contestant only had 2 letters to help solve the phrase and somehow guessed it right on his first try.
New baby buggy. New.
That. Oh. Oh my God. Put your hands against the wall. Put your hands.
Now, clearly the lucky contestant's reaction is epic.
But Uproxx points out an equally entertaining response, saying host Pat Sajak looked flat out confused.
Sometimes people go to the extreme to protect their sources for a story or tip.
In this case, it was retired Police Chief Richard Maston who locked up a source's information and threw away the key, all the way down his throat. He shocked everyone when he took a paper with the source's name on it and then ate it.
That gutsy move literally changed Maston's view. He was ordered to spend up to 2 weeks in jail for contempt of court.
Our number 1 caught on camera pick goes to the official Shamrock Shake.
An earthquake in LA had every morning show shaking on St. Patty's Day, but KTLA anchor Chris Schaubel's reaction was absolutely priceless.
Ginger, thank you. Coming up, more problems for a troubled
earthquake.
singer. Yep,
We're having an earthquake.
Ginger, thank you. Coming up, more problems for a troubled
Earthquake.
singer. Yep,
We're having an earthquake.
Schaubel's response quickly went viral, but he poked fun at himself afterward, making that unforgettable reaction his new Twitter avatar.
You know, they don't teach you how to deal with that in anchor school.
No, they don't. I'm Candace Avilés.
And I'm Christian Bryant. You have to see him to believe this week's top 3 caught on camera moments.
We have a mixture of Mother Nature, an anchor who thought outside the box,
and an impromptu performance that will give you chills in a good way.
Nabbing our number 3 spot is Mother Nature being both awesome and terrifying at the same time.
Express reports a plane on its way to the United Kingdom from Amsterdam was hit by lightning 3 times, and it was all caught on camera.
Birmingham Mail reports the plane still landed safely and no one was injured.
A passenger on board commended the pilot for remaining so calm during the violent storm.
When it comes to sports footage, getting the rights to air it can be a challenge.
But WCJB sports anchor Zach Aldrich didn't let that stop him from showing viewers the highlights. After explaining he couldn't air the Florida Gators-Dayton Flyers basketball game, he acted it out.
And SB Nation said it was even better than the real deal.
Willie Getz says, get that out of here. Pins it against the backboard. Gators headed the other way. Now, if I were Dayton, I'd be scared right now. Casey Prather off 2 feet. Take a look at that one. The ferocious slam. He had 6 points.
Now, before you judge, plenty of other journalists have had to creatively work around this limit too.
Even here at Newsy. In this case, during the Olympics, a familiar face doing his best Michael Phelps.
Our anchor, Christian Bryant, was kind enough to reenact some of it for you.
Less than a second and a half separates the top 7
after
swimmers.
almost a decade.
Our number 1 caught on camera moment is by far one of the coolest plane rides ever.
Thanks to the Australian cast of The Lion King, who gave an impromptu performance of Circle of Life.
Hakuna Matata, it means no worries.
And you could say that video got a lion's share of views on YouTube with 3.4 million.
Talk about the flash mob of a lifetime.
Hi, I'm Candace Avilés.
And I'm Jamal Andrews. Sometimes people do things that make all our jaws drop.
And we had plenty of those instances this week. Here's a look at this week's top 3 shocking moments.
Our number 3 pick shows us one way to quit a job.
A Michigan gas station worker closed up shop and left after his boss never showed up. The employee left a note taped to the door.
Part of it says, hey boss, learn to be on time. 1 hour, no phone call, unacceptable.
Joe Blum told M Live this was actually the 3rd time his boss had been late to work.
He was scheduled to get off at 6:30 in the morning, but ended up staying until almost 8 a.m. before deciding to lock up.
Blum's manager ended up firing him.
He is currently searching for a new job, one hopefully with more regular hours.
Our number 2 pick is definitely something no one expects to see.
A woman from Johns Creek, Georgia came home to find a naked man wearing a cowboy hat burglarizing her house.
Not your ordinary day. Had a man come through my home and, scare the crap out of my daughter, completely naked with a cowboy hat on. And then he proceeded to run the neighborhood.
Woo-hoo, wow. Birthday suit and a cowboy hat.
Apparently, he was on a crime spree, too. Before that, WJCL says he stole a car,
The man is charged on numerous counts,
including burglary, criminal trespass, and impersonating a police officer.
Finally, our number 1 shocking story of the week is the driver of an SUV in Houston who tried to beat a train speeding down some railroad tracks.
The driver of an SUV, look at it there, with 2 children inside, apparently just couldn't wait for the train. He drove around those crossing gates, but he didn't make it.
How crazy is that?
KTRK says all 4 people inside that SUV were taken to the hospital and are expected to be just fine.
The driver was given a ticket for running a red light and going around the crossing gates.
And we're assuming he won't make that mistake again. We'll see you next week.